Thanks for waiting. So what I'm trying to explain you is like you can create a one hidden file in my home directory. Actually, I don't know why it is not created. Let us create it. Huh? So cp/cc/ ansible ansible.cfg. I want to copy it. Okay, let us say I want to copy in my local directory. Fine. Then I'll try to move ansible.cfg file to my hidden file. Okay. I'm trying to move that hidden file now. Okay, overwrite. Yes, I want to overwrite. Now, if you look at again, I'm trying to run Ansible hyphen version. This time, which will take? It will take home directory one. See that root home directory. If I go into my project, let us say my project. Just I'm trying to give you multiple options, guys. Don't get confused. Okay, if you anyone having confusion, please ask me. I'll unmute and I'll try to explain. See that? The highest preference would be version, the enabled, okay, the variable one. The second priority would be your own local home directory config file. Third would be your home directory one. Fourth would be the default etc ansible.cfg file. Remember that, right? First one would be variable. I created in temp. If you don't find any config file by default, if you have any config file also, by default it will look at your variable file. Suppose I deleted this, I kept in my home directory, so it will second priority. If I don't have any home directory, it will look at your sorry. Second priority would be my current working directory, pwd. Let us say my project. Third would be home directory. The fourth would be /etc/ansible/ansible.cfg. Clear? Okay. Just to give an example, this guys, I'm trying to show you one thing, just to understand this. In my project directory, I have an ansible.cfg. In that, what I'll try to do is, okay, I'll take inventory as a default one. I'll take inventory as etc ansible host file. Okay, but in my etc ansible.cfg level, okay, cd/etc/ansible. Okay, here there is a one file called ini. I'll try to take this one as a default one. No, I'll try to in a different way. cd my project ls vi ansible.cfg. Here I'll try to take this one as a default inventory file. My project is looking at ansible.ini. My default config file looking at etc ansible host file. Now try to look at ping ansible -m ping module all. So it will try to ping to only one file, that is 12. Whereas in host file, if you look at, whereas in my host file, why it is looking at only one in a file called etc ansible vi ini. If you look at, I have only one server, because in my home directory ansible file I kept that. Whereas here, where I am now, my etc ansible, if you look at here the same command, it will try to look at default config file called host file. So how many servers you have? Two here. I hope now you can understand, right? Why it is looking at that? Okay, the default config file. Why? Because I am in a different server, different location, etc ansible. When I am in my project, it is looking at the different config file, my local config file. So what is the suggestible one? Every time go to your project, my project. So this is the suggestible one. Okay, you have to maintain your own config file and you have to work on that, right? Am I clear, guys? So I'll try to create my own inventory file here, vi. Okay, my INI, my inventory file. I'll try to maintain some my IP address like 192 dot, right? My own inventory file, I say 192 dot 168 dot 56 dot, insert mode, right? 192 dot 168 dot 56 dot 11. Now I'll try to maintain in VI Ansible dots in my own config, in my home directory config file. I have my own one, that is slash root okay. So I'll try to maintain my own inventory file as slash root slash my project my INI. Right? Every time you look at here, not the default. What is the default configuration file? It is Ansible host file, not that. You try to look at my INI. What is my INI? Sorry, here I have to maintain 12, right? Because that server is 12. Right? Done. I prepared my own config file, my own username, my own private key. Clear, guys? Anyone having doubts here? How to store output in a file? What are the questions, Santosh? I didn't get you. How to store output in a file? How to store output in a file is generally you have a standard output, right? Let us say ls. This is ls. You want to store it, just redirect and you say one file name out. That's it. That output file is stored in that particular one, right? That is the output you can store over there. Okay, let us continue with this cd my project. So let us start writing a playbooks. A playbooks is just a combination of all the tasks what you're trying to do, right? Playbooks is a combination of all the tasks. Okay, whatever the ad hoc commands we have run till now, right? So those are all the commands we kept in one particular file that we call it as an Ansible playbook. Let us understand. Okay, let us understand more about playbooks and how to execute and all those things. Okay. So previous session we try to understand Ansible PPT, right? Let me go through that, okay, for a while, and let me explain the playbooks. Today I'll try to complete Ansible. Okay, next tomorrow onwards we'll try to look at the build and release concepts like Jenkins, Ant, Maven, Docker. Those things we'll try to discuss. Okay. So you know, right? So what I'm trying to do, I'm trying to write in a playbook here. Just look at a simple playbook I'm trying to write. What are the hosts you want to look at? Okay, okay, let us not jump into this much of difficulty as of now. Let us go one by one. So, okay, let us say you written a playbook. Playbook contains basically the YAML format. Basically, it is in YAML or YML format. In that YAML format, if you want to execute any playbook, okay, if you want to execute any playbook, you can say Ansible-playbook, the playbook name. If you want to list all the tasks, what are the tasks you have, right? Just you can list the task, hyphen list the task, right? Just you can list the what are the tasks you have, right? So that is fine. So what I'll try to do now, so we'll try to write on a simple playbook. Okay, we'll try to understand step by step, okay, the playbooks. So let me open my notepad plus plus and we'll try to prepare that playbooks, and then we'll try to copy. So I'll try to create one directory here. Okay, to put all my playbooks, I'll try to create one directory mkdir playbooks. Playbooks kind of a directory I created. So can I execute commands by going to the playbooks or in my project? Where I have to execute guys? Shall I go to the playbooks? Here I have to execute, or else can I execute in my project? Why we have to be in a directory called my project? Why? Because my inventory file is in Ansible dot. So whenever you are trying to your playbooks to maintain all the playbooks in one directory, I created my playbooks kind of a directory, but you have to execute them by sitting in you have to be in a folder called my project. There itself you have a Ansible.ch. Okay, let us start understanding different playbooks now. Okay, I have some playbooks. Let me show you that. Okay, compressed. Sorry, it is not the one. Just a minute. Ansible. This is the one. So I have prepared some of the playbooks. Let me explain one by one. So I'm trying to do whatever we learned, right? Ping. Just ping module. I'm trying to put it into a playbook kind of thing. Okay. So let us say I'm trying to create in my playbooks directory, cd playbooks directory. I'm trying to create one playbook called vi sample va.yml file. Right, I'm trying to create one sample YAML file. So go there. Here, the indentation is very important, guys. Okay, whatever the syntax, right? The indentation, okay. What is meant by indentation? Just like maintaining a proper structure, right? That is very important. So when you are trying to start any list, you have to specify with hyphen. And in that, if you have any list of options, okay, you have to take any proper spaces. If you are taking one space, yes, you have to take one space. If you are taking two space, entire structure, you have to take two spaces kind of thing. Here if you look at, I've taken two spaces, right? So here one space after starting the task, one space, second space, then I started again list. I'm trying to do a ping. Okay, so just I'm trying to ping that particular one. How to execute in a playbook now? Ansible. So look at, I've given in a PPT how to execute a playbook. Ansible hyphen playbook, your playbook name, right? So if you want to list the task, see, just you can say hyphen list task hyphen Ansible hyphen playbook. You have in a directory called playbooks. In the playbooks, we have a sample.yaml file, right? So if you execute this, what happens? It will try to execute the playbooks. Right. So we have written only one task actually in that is a ping module. So it will in a local ansible.cfg file, whatever the inventory file you have given, it will try to look at that inventory file and try to connect that. So how many servers I kept? Only one server in my inventory file. If you look at my INI, I kept only one. Let us add one more server, escape YY, escape P, saying that something 14. I don't have a 14 server, but still I'm trying to add. So if we execute again, so how many servers it will try to connect? Two servers. One is 12 and 14, right? Suppose tomorrow you want to patch some 4 servers. You update your own inventory file, okay, and you say Ansible hyphen playbook hyphen I. Hyphen I is nothing but your own inventory file. Update those 4 servers and get it, right? Clear? But how many tasks I executed? How many tasks I created in my Ansible.play, the sample.yml? How many tasks I have given? Only one, right? But how many tasks it is executing? Task gathering facts, task ping. But in my actual Ansible file, if you look at playbooks sample.yml file, I've given only one task, but it is executing 2 tasks. Clear? One is gathering facts, the other one is ping. Actually, I given only ping module, ping task, but it is executing 2. Can anyone tell me in a chef what is OHI? I'm expecting answers from all of you guys. What is OHI? In chef, we try to understand OHI, right? What is OHI? Can you please all respond? Do you understand the OHI? Anyone? Arun? Anyone can please respond? What is OHI and chef? Amol, Amit, Ankit, Balaji. Yes, exactly. Rahman, you are right. We are trying to get in a system requirements. Whenever you run a Chef and client on a client side, right, it will does 2 things. One is a convergence, one is a OHI. OHI basically it will connect all the system details, like what is the system, whether what is the Windows or Linux, if it is a Linux, what is the version, major version, minor version. Okay, everything it will try to connect and collect by OHI, and it will give it to the Chef server. Chefs, based on that information, chef server will decide what to execute. By doing that, it will do the convergence, and convergence is nothing but getting the cookbooks and executing. Right? I hope I explained this, right? So please go ahead. Huh? Yes. Yeah, convergence is nothing but before, okay, convergence, OI will get executed and collect all the systems information. In the same way, in Ansible, though you mentioned or not, it will try to connect to the server and gather the facts. Facts is nothing but entire system information. It is trying to collect all the system information. That we call it as a facts. In Ansible, we call it as a facts, whereas in Chef, we call it as an attributes. Right? OI will collect all the system attributes and submit to the Chef server that we could see as a attributes. Here we call it as a facts. Clear, guys? Any doubts in this playbook now? Very simple playbook, right? So we just used a ping module. That's it. Task ping. That's it. Okay, let us move forward to understand some more playbooks today. I'm trying to go very basics from the basics. If you look at here, I'm trying to use a module called debug now. Next module, what I'm trying to do, how to understand any module, guys? Ansible hyphen doc debug, right? If you understand any particular module, you can say Ansible hyphen doc, that particular module name. So the next module I'm trying to understand is a debug. Right, what the debug does? This module prints the statements during the execution, and it can be useful for the debugging variables or expression. Generally, echo command. Yeah, you can maintain or not. That is up to you. Okay, better you can maintain it in an animal farmer, right? You can maintain hyphen very first line. That is up to you. Okay, but maintaining is a better practice actually. Okay, better practice is maintain the hyphen for the YAML file. Okay, clear. So, so what is a debug? In a shell, we can say it as a echo command, right? What echo command does in a script, in a print, in a script, okay, if you write something echo command, it will try to print you on a screen, right? Right? So the same way, here the debug will work. The message, okay, if you want to give any message, okay, it will try to give you a message. Variables, you can variable name as a debug. If you have given any variable, if you want to get that particular variable, anything if you want to get on a screen, the debug will miss. Okay, the debug, the message is good morning, right? So anything if you want to maintain, yes, you can say that particular one. So okay, so okay, let us remove this. As of now, the package I'm not going to discuss. Okay, I will try to discuss that, but as of now, we are trying to discuss only the debug module. Okay, so let us understand here by updating my Ansible playbook. Debug is only for to print the message. Let us say vi playbooks. We'll try to write something like a debug.yml file. I'm trying to write something playbook related to debug. So what I'm trying to do here, you can write n number of plays here. Okay, this one is one play, this one is other play. So I'm trying to get an all host. The task name, anything you can say. The task name you can say something, okay, okay, something collaborate is good technology, good training provider, or whatever you want to give. Okay, that is up to you. The name is not, doesn't matter. Okay, just we are trying to give some information what we are trying to do, right? The debug level, we are whatever the message you give, that will give you on your screen. Then there is a something indentation issue, guys. There is something indentation issues, right? So I have to maintain in a proper way, right? This is the way. Okay, you have to maintain proper indentations, right? Here package, again after package you have to take two spaces, one space, second space. Here also same, one space, second space. Okay, if you, okay, there is a syntax checker. Okay, for if you have any issues with understanding the syntax, if you have a YAML, YML syntax checker. There is a lot of syntax checkers are there online. Okay, you can take help of that. Okay, YAML init is one of the popular one to check the syntax check. So let us say Okay, I have okay, just I copied something, right? I want to check that particular syntax check. Okay, go here. So it will, if you have any issues in a, okay, did not find expected key while passing that block. Okay, so it is expected something. If the, okay, there, where is the issue? In the third line, it is there is some issue, right? It's trying to say something. Okay, it may be anywhere, well, not only there. Okay, it may be, okay. It will give you the proper way to understand that particular one. Okay. So what is the debug? Okay, now try to check again. So it is saying something. The issue is here. Debug. Maybe the name issue. Let us, okay. Let us set up this and try to go again. See that now it is resolved. Right? There is a proper indentation you have to maintain. So this is a valid syntax. Okay. YML init is a one of the, okay, in syntax checker. There is other lot of syntax checkers are there. They'll suggest you something. You can go and, okay, check your syntax and you can apply them. Right. Now let us save this and we'll try to execute this. Okay. Okay. Here we try to look at the name. Second name is something install package. Install package level. I'm using a module called package. We understood already package module, right? We understood already the package module. What is the package module is doing? It is trying to go and checking for the NTP date, and okay, it is trying to install state is present. I'm trying to install that particular package. That's it. Okay. Let us save this. Okay. Let us save this. Now, how to execute the playbook? Ansible hyphen playbook. Ansible hyphen playbook, right? Then what is the playbook name? In a playbooks directory, debug.yaml file. So what the debug module does, actually, it will try to print the message on your screen. So though I didn't mention the gather facts, it is trying to gather the facts. It is unable to connect the fooding server, and but it is connected this. But it is saying that in a first task, it is trying to say that good morning, install NTP date is connected, right? So okay, connected, and it says that on okay, gathering the facts. Second, we have maintained two, actually two plays. Here this other play, it is saying that again task here you are debugging and hello hour. So whatever you try to install, right? Whatever you try to give, it will try to say on screen, right? If you look at here, it is trying to retry, use hyphen hyphen limit this particular one. If something is failed, it will try to retry that particular one. Okay. So if you look at in my play, right? If you look at ls hyphen lrt, did I created sample dot retry, debug dot retry? No, right? It is created because if something is failed to connect to any particular server and failed, it will try to retry that. So let us look at what exactly the retry has. Debug dot retry. Okay, so it is trying to connect to that particular 14 server and trying to retry that. Suppose you don't require that retry, suppose. So what you have to do? Where is your default configuration file? You are in a my present working directory is my project. You are working with your own project. If you have your own config file, you have to edit your own config file saying that. Okay, you have to edit your own config file saying that retry. Try to search with the retry. There is a retry. Okay. Okay, if you look at retry fails enabled is false, but it is commented out. So what I'm trying to do, I'm trying to remove this. So it is, will it retry again every time? No, it will not retry now onwards. Why? Because I say retry fails enabled is false. Now try to look at, I'm trying to remove all my okay, rm minus rf something with starting with retry. Right? I'm trying to remove all the retry ones. Now you can execute sample one. It will not create any retries. Anything. You can execute any playbook. It will not retry now. Right? Why? Because I in my config file I said don't retry if anything failed. Right? Is that clear? What I'm trying to discuss here? Any doubt raised? Can we run this playbook? Run command.